the topic today, authority content made easy. And the reason why I chose this title is because most of us tend to overcomplicate this thing. Like we think that, oh my God, we have to create these elaborate systems and we have to do everything. We have to publish, we have to SEO optimize, we have to promote a lot. Like we have to hustle, we have to share it with others, we have to respond to all the comments and do everything. And it's too much. It's too much. So let's just step a step back and try to figure out how we can make it easy. I'm not saying it's going to be the easiest thing in the world, but we can still make it easier, way easier. So the key thing that I want you to focus on during this presentation is this is going to be a relatively simple content building system that allows basically anyone to go from nobody to respected go-to expert in no time flat. It's not a magic pill. You do have to put in the work. So I'm not a snake oil salesman here, but it still is one of the best ways to gain exposure, to get those higher level clients, and to make a name for yourself. So here are a few things we'll cover today. The book Start With Why. I always start any presentation with why should we actually focus on these things? Like why authority content is actually the ultimate freelancing advantage. Then we're going to talk about how I actually created the 100-day authority video challenge in 100 days. I'm going to share my personal content creation system with you that actually fuels my business. We're going to talk about the number one thing that makes or breaks any content strategy. And this is quite tricky, so pay attention here. Then we're going to talk about 5 simple steps you need to take before publishing any content regarding if it's video or text or audio or anything like that. The 4 biggest reasons why people fail with their content, and a lot more. So hopefully you're excited. If you are, just a quick thing for you. It's a quick ask. Leave your favorite emoji in the chat right now. Okay, so your favorite emoji. I want to see it. And hopefully, it's going to create the buzz around this whole thing. So a few words about me before we get started. I've been a freelance direct response copywriter for about 4.5 years now. I've worked with over 70 plus clients at this point in dozens of niches. My first client was in the adult entertainment, adult toys niche, actually. And then I work with watch brands, e-commerce brands, a lot of info businesses, people who created various courses, coaches, consultants, crypto companies, B2B companies, all sorts of stuff. But then the way how I kind of gained street cred is by creating this 100-day challenge earlier this year. And this just shows you how authority content can be even more powerful than case studies or working with various clients or stuff like that, because this is what puts you out there. This is what shows people that, yes, you are an expert at something, and you don't have to be the world's best expert at it. I'm certainly not. But it's still, if you show up, and this is going to be a recurring theme over our presentation, if you show up consistently, and consistency is key here, then you're gonna get like this exponential effect. So by the way, if you want to check out the videos, this is the link to it. It's going to take you to a playlist where you can check out all 101 videos actually. So because of this challenge, I grew my YouTube challenge 3 times. I was featured on Copy Chief Radio twice actually. I got inbound leads, and surprise, surprise, I also got sometimes like surprise testimonials from a few well-known A-listers that you might know. Like, look at this handsome devil in the top left corner, this Kevin Rogers guy, obviously, but Kim Crosby-Schwann also said some nice things about me. Carly and Anglais Cole, David Deutsch, Brian Kurtz, really loved the whole idea of breaking down timeless direct response marketing promotions, because I did feature people like Claude Hopkins, like David Ogilvy, Gary Halbert, Gary Bensavenga, Jim Rotz, and a lot of lesser known superstar Mount Rushmore copywriters, as Brian Kurtz calls them, like Eric Betwell, Arthur Johnson, even Paris Lampropoulos. I broke down a few of his stuff. So this has brought in surprising testimonials as well. And this just shows you that even if you're kind of like a nobody, and I definitely was a nobody, I still kind of am in a sense, you can still gain a lot of exposure with this. So I guess that partially explains why you should bother with authority content in the first place. But I wanted to go one step deeper. And there are a few other things that not many people actually think about when it comes to authority content. And this is why I think it's the ultimate freelancing advantage. So first of all, the DAW thing is that it demonstrates your expertise, obviously. But it also reveals your character. And John Carlton, is a big proponent of something called the pro code, is that you show up on time, having done the thing you said at the same in the same manner that you promised it, that you'll do it. So it reveals your character. If you create content and you show up consistently, people notice that, people remember that, and you're already way above your competition, because most people, they never really make it past that initial yay, let's do something phase, right? So this just shows you that you are a professional. You can be the adult in the room, again, as John Carlton would say. So another cool thing is that this has something to do with the frequency and recency effect. And Gary Halbert, there's a famous Gary Halbert letter in which he talks about list selection and which audiences you should pitch products to. And a key idea there is frequency and recency. So if you go and sell people who bought something from you recently, and they bought something multiple times, so there's frequency in their purchases, they are going to be exponentially better audiences to pitch anything to. And the same thing is true with this one. Actually, if you consistently show up, it's going to increase your frequency and your recency effect. So just like with any email list or any audience that you want to sell something to, the same thing is true whenever you want to put out content consistently. However, that doesn't mean that you have to always show up during the same time. We're going to talk about this a little bit later on as well. So again, authority content, it shortcuts your growth. One of the key reasons why I started this challenge is because I wanted to get way better at copywriting. And it actually delivered on this, the whole challenge. I feel much more confident in my skills. I'm still way I'm not still way further from like A-listers or something like that, but it still was one of the key accelerants in my copywriting skills. And as a result, it's also an antidote to imposter syndrome itself, because we all suffer from it. Even David Deutsch said that he sometimes suffers from imposter syndrome. Kevin actually did a cool podcast episode with him a few months ago or a few years ago. But creating content puts you out there and kind of internalizes this thing that, yes, you are an expert. Yes, you are an authority, and it's not gonna completely like cure imposter syndrome, because newsflash, it never goes away. It's always there, but you learn how to live with it. You learn how to just hush it a little bit, right? And authority content is the best way to do this. This gets you organic traffic as well. And the reason why I put a little asterisk there is because it's not a magic pill, okay? There's a reason why it's so expensive to acquire traffic nowadays, right? If you want to spend on ads, it's expensive. If you want to create guest posts or something, paid posts or something like that, it's expensive. Either you have to pay a lot or you have to invest a lot of time. So this actually gets you quality organic traffic, but it takes time, okay? So don't expect like a magic pill solution. You put out 4 blog posts or something, and suddenly you're expecting hundreds of people to like subscribe to your email list. It's not going to happen, but the longer you do it, the quicker you're going to progress in this regard. So another big key thing is that this gets you warm leads, and the warm leads is important because it kind of flips the script. Nowadays, when people reach out to me, and I'm not saying that I have this automatic 24/7 lead generation machine or something, because I do still like struggle with lead flow from time to time, and I still have to manually reach out to people if I want to. But you're gonna get people, and you're gonna get qualified, warm people who basically are going to pitch themselves, which is a great feeling to have, right? You don't have to sell them; they're going to sell themselves to you. Another big thing, this connects you to people. A lot of people like don't really think about this, but this connects you to people, and you're going to understand your target audience better. You're going to be a better people person. You're going to make new connections and stuff like that. It boosts your confidence. It actually helps you help others, because let's say your target audience has a specific problem and you have a genuine solution to help them. Well, then I really honestly think that it's your moral responsibility to at least offer them the help that can change their lives, right? And something, again, that very important, it helps you grow as a person. And I don't just mean this figuratively, but I mean it literally. Like there's this concept called neuroplasticity. And it's basically how the brain forms new connections between neurons, and how you can pick up new behaviors, change old behaviors, correct past memories and stuff like that. And there's a lot of research that basically shows that in order to facilitate change, especially after you've passed the 25-year mark, because before that it's easier, but after then you basically have to have several elements in place to make these connections. You need adrenaline, you need dopamine for it, you need other neurotransmitters in specific brain regions, and you also need focused attention. And you need a little bit of stress as well. You need cortisol as well. So the cool thing about creating content is that you're putting yourself out there. Yes, it's stressful, but you are focused, like laser focused on it. You are a little bit stressed about it. It creates dopamine because it feels great once you do it. And it has some adrenaline to it as well. So that's the magic concoction to actually create like physical changes in your brain, neuroplastic changes. And one more thing, you get bragging rights if you want, due to authority content. So let's talk a little bit about my challenge and how it all started, actually, why I did it and how it started. So I created this timeline for it, basically from the point of, hey, let's do something, to challenge completed. So first, basically, I made a decision. And I think this is very important whenever you start something. Make a specific decision and a goal as well. And my goal was to create an evergreen content library that can bring me leads and that also establishes my authority, while also supercharging my learning and shortcutting my learning. So that was my decision. Then in the next step, I chose a format, because you don't have time to, like, if you're in Kevin's RFL or EV, or you just heard him talk about this concept called the bat signal, it's really important to specialize in something. Nobody wants a generalist practitioner. Everybody's asking people, hey, can you recommend a good email copywriter for me? Can you recommend a good Facebook ads copywriter who specializes in stories or something like that? So I choose a specific format, and I decided to create sales letter breakdowns because of this holy trinity factor. So 3 things that contributed to this. I wanted to deeply understand persuasion. And I figured, breaking down sales letters from the greatest copywriters and marketing minds of all time, I mean, they knew what they're talking about, right? So if I want to learn real street smart persuasion, I should learn from them. There's almost zero competition for this, especially on YouTube, because I created YouTube videos. And this was supposed to serve as the second version of my bat signal, because I went through RFL 10 and I created a bat signal in YouTube ads. But then eventually I transitioned away from this, and I wanted to create another bat signal. So this was a great natural step to basically give credibility to my new bat signal. It acts as like a proof element. And again, if you're in RFL or you've heard about this bat signal thing, don't overstress this. You create a bat signal, try it, put it out there, and then you're going to refine it. I guarantee you this. So the third step, I basically designed the whole process. And this was important because I didn't want to rely on willpower alone, because willpower is just not that reliable, right? You cannot force yourself to do something, and having systems in place gives you a much better chance in actually like carrying through the whole challenge and actually doing it. And there was, again, a lot of research with the elite sports people who basically, if they laid out their clothes the night before going to the gym on the table or something, then they were much, much more likely to consistently go to the gym and lose the amount of weight that they wanted to lose or build the amount of muscle that they wanted to build. So again, creating a process, creating systems and structure is very important, because then you're offloading all the micro decisions that are going to pop up as you're creating content or doing any other project. So step 4 was that I blocked off enough time in my calendar. And I actually, you don't have to do this, but in my case, since this was a pretty big undertaking, I made this the #1 objective for the next 3.5 months, because I really, really wanted to take this seriously. And I know it's overkill. I actually passed on some client projects because of this. I really invested 2, 3, sometimes 4 hours, but more like 2, 3 hours per day into this challenge. But I do wanted to prioritize this. So again, you don't have to do this necessarily. You can just start with like creating 3 articles, like a 3-part guide or something. It's totally fine, but it's important that you do block off challenges and just schedule it in your calendar, right? If you feel that when are you going to find the time for this or something, just schedule it in advance, and you'll be amazed how much extra time you have if you do it this way. So I launched on the 11th of January, and this was a Monday, just like any other work week or something. And I kind of took it seriously. I looked at it as kind of like, okay, so this is a work day and I'm going to do it. And I blocked off, like I did it. Actually, it's 100 videos in 100 days, but actually it took me 114 days or something, because I didn't create videos on Sundays. And I do recommend that you also do something like this, because we're all human. You don't want to burn yourself out. So I budgeted 6 days for this every single week. And I wanted Sundays off to keep my sanity, to not feel like this is a big chore, and to just rest a little bit. Rest is needed. And don't fall into the trap of like believing that hustle culture, the Gary Vee style hustle culture will give you the results that you want, because on the long term, you're going to burn yourself out. And John Carlton again said that as a copywriter, especially freelance copywriter, you really, really have to be careful of this, because sometimes you don't come back from these burnouts, sometimes for months or even years or something. So you really have to be mindful of your time, your energies, your mental capacity. It's the key thing that you do. And it's important to make goals and to schedule and structure everything, but make sure that you're comfortable with it. So then I launched on the 11th of January, and I finished on the 7th of May. I created 100 videos. I haven't missed a single day according to the plan. So I created a video 6 days out of 7 days, all while I bought a new house. I got married. I had a full webinar launch. I had an affiliate launch for another client. So there was a lot of things going on, but I still haven't missed a single day. And I'm going to show you why in a few minutes. So stay tuned for that. It was important to show up though. And basically the secret, okay, so this slide got messed up a little bit, but the secret was passion plus an established process. But we're going to talk about it like soon. So I think there were 5 habits that actually helped me during this challenge that made it easier, definitely. So first of all, I chose the sales letter the day before I created the video. And this lowered uncertainty and gave me momentum. And in the beginning, I relied on a course called Copy Hour, which is kind of a hand copywriting course. And I also started hand copying sales letters, but I actually stopped after 20 days because I figured that I'm much quicker and more efficient reverse engineering longer ads instead of staying there hand copying everything, because it just takes too much time, right? And it's a passive type of thing. I talk about this, by the way, on in one of my welcome emails about hand copying and what I think about it. But in the beginning, this was a big help that I chose letters the day before. And I also recommend you choose the topics and everything before you actually create the content, because they require different skills. I had a consistent wake up time, which was 9:30 a.m. And some people will be like, what the fuck, Chaba? I mean, you're waking up at 9:30 a.m. Yes, I mean, I don't like to wake up early. This is kind of like my sweet spot. But this allowed me to have energetic days and stay up sometimes past 12 as well when I had to do other stuff. I did this the first task in the morning whenever I could. So I tried to prioritize this over everything else after I woke up, again, because this was my number one objective for that time. And I wanted to like spend my days doing my number one objective first, not checking Facebook or something like that. And one thing that helped me a lot, and I learned this from Eugene Schwartz, is that many other people use this Pomodoro timer thing, but I actually saw a presentation of Eugene Schwartz talking about this, and that was the key thing that made me realize how powerful this whole thing was. So this lowered distractions for me and made me feel like I'm actually making progress, and I didn't feel like there was an uncertainty around this, like how much time this is going to take or something like that. I kind of had to fit my whole thing in to 2 times 33 minutes in the beginning. And a big thing is that I had a simple process. Okay, I basically analyzed and marked up a letter. I recorded my analysis and I uploaded to YouTube. That was my simple process. So you might have noticed that there were a lot of asterisks in this list. Okay, so most of these have an asterisk. Why? Well, I eventually ignored almost every single one of these habits. So way to go, Chaba. You kind of try to preach how you should, optimize your life. And then I personally went on to ignore everything. Basically, I started choosing sales letters at random, not the day before. My wake up time started oscillating between like 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., depending on what I was doing the day before or how I felt, I stopped prioritizing these the first thing in the morning. Sometimes I did them, at 11 p.m., but I still did it before the end of the day. That was super important for me. And I also started ignoring my 33-minute timers because I started focusing on longer letters. And whenever you start analyzing a longer letter, if the copy is good, it really sucks you in, and it's a flow state. And it's not really good to break this. But how come I still never missed a single day then, right? I kind of didn't respect some key elements of my process, but I still managed to show up consistently every single day. Well, I had 2 crucial things working for me, and you also need to have these on your side if you want to create authority content consistently. And these were, I had unrelenting passion because I enjoyed doing these breakdown videos. That's why I chose them. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed analyzing the proven sales letters. It's really awesome to read world-class copy, right? It sucks you in, and it's kind of like, it's the hallmark of a great copywriter. Like when I was reading Gary Halbert letters or sales letters, I was sucked in. The same thing for End of America or other longer form pieces as well. And I enjoyed teaching what I just learned because I marked up the letter, I consumed the content, but immediately I basically just created, like I just internalized it, like I consumed it, I internalized it, and I gave it back. And that was the key thing that helped me internalize all this thing at a atomic level, let's say. So this was the thing that made everything much deeper for me. And I'm sure Angie is going to love this picture if she sees this presentation eventually. I had a simple process, and this was one of the other important parts here. I didn't add one more thing to my process. I seriously could have. I didn't cut or edit my videos to be nicer. This was a key thing from the beginning. Even though these videos were pretty long, like most of them between 30 to 60 minutes every single day, I consciously made the decision to not edit them and not cut them, because I knew that if I were to start editing them, that would be a rabbit hole, a deep rabbit hole. And I didn't want that, because then suddenly I would start spending 6 hours each day editing the videos, and I would just go crazy or something. And surprise, surprise, as a result, my presentation skills also improved tremendously, and I started using less us. Now I just used an before telling you this, but I really started to get in the flow and just feel way more confident on the camera. Okay, so this was very important. And another thing is that I didn't invest too much time in content promotion itself. It's very important to promote your content, but if you want to create your content, then maybe I was thinking that I should concentrate on the creation part itself. And the same thing with writing copy. Like most great A-level copywriters, they always say that you should write your first draft first. And it's gonna be quick and dirty and everything, but it's fine, okay? You should edit it later. You should not try to edit every single line in the beginning, because you're gonna drive yourself crazy and you're gonna need 10 times as much time to write a sales letter or something like that, okay? Just get it out there, get it on the page, don't worry about it. And then after you have it on the page, start editing. And I did the same thing with this one as well. So basically how my process looked like. I found the sales letter, I analyzed it and marked up. I recorded a 30-60 minute video with a screen recorder. I exported it without cutting or editing. I just used Camtasia for this. I just hit record. I had everything set up, the lights, the camera and everything. I just hit record. I started talking. I stopped. I clicked export. That's it. I uploaded it to YouTube. Again, it was just a drag and drop type of thing. I created a templatized general description and tag list and keyword list before actually doing the challenge itself. So I had like a general description for these YouTube videos. And the only thing I had to change was to add a few keywords based on the name of the copywriter or the name of the sales letter that I was breaking down. That's it. And the tags just changed, like, I don't know, Gary Halbert to John Carlton or something like that. And this in total, it took like 3 minutes or something. And while the video was uploading, actually, I could easily do the same, all these things. I also created a thumbnail from a Canva template. So I used Canva. You can also use it. It's totally free, by the way, to just have a general thumbnail. And later on, after I finished the challenge, someone reached out to me and said, you know, Csaba, I'd love to redo your thumbnails if you're interested, because I think showcasing your face could be great for building your personal brand, because I originally featured the copywriters' faces. So this was cool and all, but I did it after the challenge. Again, after it. This is a key thing. So step 8, I published the video. I created an account on Buffer. And again, it's a free tool. Basically, I just put in my Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn like credentials there. And I just created one simple post with the YouTube video title, added the link, and with one click, it automatically went out to my LinkedIn, to my Twitter, to my Facebook. That's it. And I didn't care about crafting these elaborate descriptions about these things or anything. Sometimes I wrote an email to my list, and I invested some time in this because I figured eventually I want to create an automated email sequence that kind of pushes these content pieces out on an evergreen basis. And I knew that I could reuse these emails basically and put it in that autoresponder. So now I basically have a year-long autoresponder with twice a week emails going out to people automatically, with almost all of the emails written because of this. Also, another part of my process was replying to comments from the day before. And very important, but a lot of people don't really focus on this. I celebrated that day's success. Every single day it felt like one step closer to getting better at copywriting, one step closer to completing the challenge. But I didn't really have that end goal in mind, right? If you only concentrate on the end goal, it's too abstract and it's not the right motivation. Instead, I basically gamified the whole thing. It felt like building a character in World of Warcraft. And I used to play World of Warcraft for years. I was a warrior and a death knight, actually. So I kind of imagine this as building up your character and farming new armor pieces, new weapon pieces, so that you can go to newer dungeons and raids and everything. And because of this, you know, every single day was like a mini celebration. It's like, oh, wow, today I'm 1% better or something. But we all know that if you improve by 1% every single day, that's a lot. That's way more than 365% because everything gets compounded. So all in all, the total time investment was 2-3 hours per day. And again, you don't have to spend that much time on it. It's totally fine if you spend less, but this was my process. And I kept yapping on about like, hey, create a simple process. Again, yours could be just 3 steps. This was mine because this was the process that I could handle comfortably. And all in all, the whole thing, including shooting the video and uploading and everything, took 2.23 hours. So a few key things to remember here, guys. And again, one of the key reasons why I was able to stay consistent and show up and not miss a single day is because I was passionate about this. And please, if you want to create serious content, you definitely have to pick a topic, a niche, a type of copy, something that you're passionate about. It doesn't matter if it's not the world's most optimized growing market or something like that, but you do have to be passionate about it, something that you enjoy doing, and there's some sort of need for it, because then your whole passion is going to shine through, right? Your enthusiasm is going to shine through, and you're just going to kill it. You're going to be the superstar. Instead of like trying to do everything because you feel like, oh, business owners are looking for YouTube ads right now, so I should be doing YouTube ads because that's what they want. But then if you find out you're not passionate about it, it doesn't matter. You're going to stop. I also kept my why constantly in mind. And this is, again, a key thing that I truly encourage you to do. Your why could be your new bat signal, getting better at your craft, attracting inbound leads, building confidence, something like that. Set things up in advance. Seriously, I could talk about this like a lot, but I see the time and, I got to move on. But it's very important to like research systems a little bit, project management, something like that, and create your own process, create templates, create a system. It's very important. It's going to make everything way simpler, and simplify your process, and simplify again once you simplified it, because we tend to overcomplicate. That little imposter syndrome in our minds, it keeps you from putting out something simple. And if you need help with this, just ask Angie Coley or Melanie Warren. They're the queens of clarity and simplicity. Simplicity sells, okay? Not because it's magically simple or something, but because it helps you stay consistent and people can identify with it much easier. So remember, consistency trumps perfect almost every single time. But you do have to adjust this to your personality. So if you're an OCD type of person, like I am kind of, because I do like perfectionism, but I do have to dial it back, then it's okay to go higher on this scale. But if you are intimidated by all these things, it's totally fine to just put it out there. Okay. Now, another cool psychological trick that you can use here is that you reframe this as an experiment. And that's what I did. Like when I was breaking down these sales letters, I had a lot of imposter syndrome, and I was like, who the hell I am to like talk about these high level copywriters and basically critique their copy. But I started doing it, and then once I got a few testimonials from the A-listers that you've also seen, like Colleen Anglais Cole telling me that, whoa, when she wrote that promo, she didn't even think about those things that I pointed out. That basically gave me so much confidence. But in the end, it all started like an experiment. I was saying, hey, guys, this is what I'm analyzing here. This is what I'm doing. It's okay to put out your real self, to show the nitty gritty. People really want that. And it's the best way to also diffuse trolls, by the way. And one other key thing is that you do have to decide between sprinting versus jogging, okay? Decide which one is best for your personality. I did a sprint. it means that over the course of 3-4 months, I basically sprinted and created a bunch of videos all at once. It's kind of like high intensity interval training in the fitness world. You kind of go into this burst mode and you get energized and motivated and you just do it. You power through it. You have momentum. But some people prefer jogging. They prefer something that's less time intensive in the short term and slower, but it's more comfortable and they don't feel overwhelmed with this. You do have to decide based on your current schedule, your client roster, your family situation, everything all at once. For me, it helped a lot that, there were lockdowns here in Hungary. There was basically a curfew after 8 p.m. and there was nothing to do, nobody to basically meet with. The weather was shit. So I could just stay inside and do a bunch of copywriting and marketing related stuff. So that helped a lot, but do decide whether you want sprints or jogs. So these are all important, but the most important thing here, the takeaway that I want you to learn is that just ship it. Worry later about optimization and making it perfect. It's never going to be perfect. And it's still going to be way better than 99% of other people out there who don't do it consistently. Most people quit after like 3 content pieces. But now the objections. But Csaba, you're an extrovert and you're good on camera. Well, I'm actually not. I'm a huge introvert. I just learned the social skills needed to behave nicely in social settings, believe it or not. But after some time, after a few hours or a few days, my energy is drained and I do have to retreat into my cave and just read something or stay silent or not talk to people or something. I am an introvert. I just learned how to behave as an extrovert. So don't worry about this. But Csaba, I don't have an audience to create content for. Well, neither did I. And even now, my audience is pretty mixed. I'm attracting a lot of 17-year-old Indian guys. They're super enthusiastic about the whole thing, but they might not be my ideal target avatar. But still, it doesn't matter. You're gonna create an audience as you do this. This is the thing that legitimizes you. You don't have to have legitimacy before actually doing this. But Csaba, I just don't have time to create content right now. Well, can I challenge you on this? We all have 24 hours a day. I'm sure that if you block it off, if you just invest, 30 minutes per week in doing this, but you do it consistently, you're going to be still way ahead of the competition. And finally, Csaba, I'm just not good enough and people will judge me. Well, stop. No, you are good enough. And this is not a motivational talk or anything like that. But just the fact that you're showing up, just the fact that you're putting your face out there, if you're doing video or even if you're doing like a text-based post, it takes so much courage. And it just shows you that you're a kick-ass person. And to be honest, I haven't had a single troll since I started doing this challenge, not a single one. Okay. At most, I got some sex messages or something on YouTube, some automated spam comments, but that's it. Okay. And neither will you. And even if you do get troll messages, ignore them. They don't care. You're way better than them. So don't worry about this. As this nice person from The Sopranos would say, forget about it. Okay. So just forget about it, guys. Say it with me right now. Forget about it. Your turn. Okay, let's say it together one more time. Forget about it. Okay, don't worry about these things. So there are still 4 big reasons why people don't succeed when it comes to creating content. And most of these have to do with common myths. Okay, so to counter these, just get clear on these myths. Okay, talk to other people, see how other people are doing, read around and do some research on this. And you'll see that, do some introspection as well. Okay, and you'll see that these myths, they're just internal dialogues that you're having with your wounded inner child, actually. And one cool book that you should definitely look up is, I think it's Healing Your Inner Child or something like that, Taming Your Inner Child. I don't know the author there, but Paris Lampropoulos also has a great presentation in the Copy Chief Live archive from 2017, where he talks about these schemas that we all have, because we all are basically wounded children walking in adult bodies with a bunch of things swept under the rug, right? These are the things that are simulating your myths, right? But you can get through these, and just know that just by putting yourself out there, you're way ahead of the competition again. Other people have mindset challenges, okay? But just do it anyway. Like, if you think that, what if it's not good enough? What if I don't know what I'm talking about? What I'll be judged? You know, all these common objections, just do it anyway. Like, again, there are neurological studies showing, and I know this because I have a degree in cognitive psychology as well. A lot of studies show that the best antidote to any fear or any anxiety inducing thing is to just do it. Why? Because it creates neuroplasticity again. Remember, you get in a focused state, you have cortisol and adrenaline coursing through your veins, you have dopamine in your brain as well. And this is kind of the cure to solving those old school problems that you probably are carrying with you ever since childhood. And the reason why I'm talking so much about this is because creating content and freelancing in general, I would say more than 50% of it is mindset. And I could have presented you all sorts of various tactics and hard skills about content creation and keyword research and stuff like that, but it doesn't matter. Those are just tactics. This is the fundamental thing that are going to make or break your content strategy and your career, actually. So do it anyway. Don't worry about it. Just do it. There might be productivity challenges as well. And I suggest a good book, Atomic Habits by James Clear, or just research it. Again, mostly it comes down to not relying on willpower alone, but creating habits that kind of can help you gain momentum automatically. And there also might be technical challenges. And to this, I just say that you should simplify, you should outsource things. If you feel like you're busy with a lot of client work and you just don't have time to create the content, to create the Canva template, to upload the video, to create the descriptions or something like that, just outsource it or simplify your process. Doesn't matter. It's still better than not putting yourself out there. Okay. So now the question comes, what type of marketing channel to focus on? Well, I did YouTube, but there's a bunch of things that you can pick from: guest posts, Snapchat, LinkedIn, blog posts, TikTok, all these things. I'm gonna just quickly give you 3 tips. I think YouTube is the best because video is the future of most content. It's easier to rank higher on the YouTube search engine and to make a bigger impact compared to like Google or starting a blog. It's still a blue ocean when it comes to copywriting. Not many people are creating copywriting videos, and that's partially because it's a little bit tricky, because the videos that do best are make money quickly type of videos, because the algorithm loves those videos. But if you do create in-depth quality videos, eventually people are going to find it and it's going to be shareable. And nowadays, whenever I enter a room in a training or coaching program or any other type of copywriting or marketing related room, and there are more than 10 people out there, chances are there's at least one person who's seen at least one of my videos, and they're like, "Oh, Chabo, I watched a few of your videos. It's awesome." So that's what authority content can do for you. And I think YouTube builds the most authority and credibility overall. And you can also use YouTube ads to grow even faster, because it's relatively easy to get new subscribers from YouTube ads. They're not going to be the best quality, but it's a possibility. LinkedIn, the other part, basically LinkedIn videos get a bit of organic juice naturally if you create videos natively on LinkedIn, but you can also create LinkedIn articles. They're similar to Medium, LinkedIn posts. And if you're good at engaging with people, if you're getting them to comment on your post, then it could be a great avenue for you. And it makes you seem more professional. And also, one cool thing, I haven't used this, but LinkedIn events is a great opportunity right now. You just research it. We don't have time to talk about this, but LinkedIn events, look it up. And then finally, blogging or text-based posts. It's very hard to get organic traffic on Google, especially nowadays. So I don't really recommend blogging. I mean, you can start blogging, but just don't expect traffic from it. Okay. It's still good. And you should definitely create like 10, 20 articles on your website, even if you have a small website, just so that some people can see that, wow, this person knows what he or she is talking about. You can also do Medium. It has potential. Guest posting is great if you can pitch guest post ideas. And one key thing here is try to repurpose long form content, because you're spending a lot of time writing these long form pieces. And I do recommend you write long form pieces on your blog posts, like 300, 500 word articles. Like the algorithm doesn't really care about them anymore. But then once you write these ultimate guides, let's say, you can reuse them in shorter, like social media posts or something. But all in all, the cool thing about blogging and text-based posts is that it makes you a much better writer. And this is, again, important. So now it's time for your monthly challenge. So I hope you're excited here. And I call it the 30-day authority content challenge. So here's what we want you to do here. First, you want to build your own 30-day authority content plan. And don't worry about it. I'm going to give you a template on the next slide. Then you're going to join the accountability group inside the community. You're going to post your plan, your 30-day authority content plan, and you're going to pick one accountability partner. You don't have to pick 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. You just pick one, okay? Just PM someone and ask, hey, do you want to be my accountability partner? And check in with each other as frequently as you want, okay? It's going to make a huge difference, believe me, because then you have like accountability. It's a huge predictor to success. And then you can tag me if you'd like my personal feedback on your plan as well within the first 7 days. So officially, this challenge is going to run for 7 days. After 7 days, we'll be choosing a winner based on who has the best 30-day authority content plan. And again, you're going to get my personal help if you tag me, or you can also get help from others as well, from other people. But that 7 days doesn't mean that the challenge is over, all in all. Like my personal support is for 7 days here. And we're going to be choosing the winner within 7 days or after 7 days, but you can still continue it afterwards. And if you're watching this training sometime in the future, right, just know that it's still as relevant as ever. We want you to create your 30-day authority content challenge. You can still post it. You might not get my personal feedback on it then, but you still, like, if you post it, you gain visibility, you gain exposure, you gain accountability just by doing it. And it's really, really, really powerful. Believe me, really powerful. So this is the template that I want you to follow here. And Lolita is going to share this with you in the community as well. So the same thing that I did, make a decision, just choose a topic you're passionate about, then choose a format. This can be video, audio, text, and what type of content do you want to create? Do you want to create like e-commerce email breakdowns like what Chris Orzechowski did? Or do you want to also break down copy like I did? Or do you want to do anything from reach content? And again, inside the community, there's a training. You should check it out. Lolita is going to probably leave a link for that as well. Reach content. That's going to give you a bunch of ideas how you can approach this, right? But you can choose anything you want as long as you're passionate about it and as long as you like creating content around it. Then you're going to design the process. So figure out your step-by-step process. You can model my process if you want. You can introduce anything else that you want. The key here is that we want to make this your own unique process, because you know best what you need to actually carry through. Then you're going to block off enough time. And again, inside the content plan, just indicate whether you want a sprint style content challenge, whether you want a jogging style content challenge, but block off enough time here. Then you're going to launch publicly eventually. So you're going to publicly announce when you'll publish your first piece. Preferably, you should do this within the 7 days that we're running this live challenge. But you can do it later as well. It doesn't matter, but publicly announce when you'll publish the first content piece, and then maybe, a follow-up to that, because it's something magical that happens when you publicly announce something. And then show up according to plan. Stick to your plan and keep accountable. Don't kill yourself. Don't overextend too much, but do stick to your plan. And then that's how you're going to complete your challenge. So don't worry about it. You can definitely do it. And it's going to change your life, I promise you. So thanks for watching, guys. with this picture, I really wish you all the best in terms of winning this whole authority content challenge. Here are a few things where you can get in contact with me: my Facebook, my LinkedIn. And if you go to gameofconversions.com/copywriting secrets, there's actually a cool cheat sheet that I created based on the most important persuasion elements and direct response secrets that I discovered over the course of these 100 days. So if you get that, it's a really cool checklist and cheat sheet. And you're also, gonna get my newsletter if you do that. So that's it. Time for some Q&A, and thanks again. Hope you enjoyed the presentation.